of group play. Now, KD spoke at shoot-around this morning about the Rockets' first-ranked offense. Let's take a listen together.
I think we've done a great job of making ourselves available when they double LP myself. Guys are making plays out of it, so teams continue to implement that type of defense even when we aren't. Myself, I'm not involved in the game offensively. Maybe I'm not making a lot of shots, and they still want to implement that double, that help type of defense, and we have to continue to just keep making a pay forward.
All right, so now here with our senior writer, Tim McMahon, who is covering these two teams for us. Howdy, Tim.
Howdy, Malika.
All right, now that we have our little Texas two-step going on, take us inside, for lack of a cheesy line here, the Rockets' offense, their liftoff this season.
Yeah, I mean, you add Kevin Durant, suddenly the offense looks a lot better, but these last couple games, KD's been in a mini slump. Nothing to worry about, but it hasn't mattered. The Rockets have kept right on rolling, and that's been because of two young stars who are taking off. Talking about Amin Thompson and now Perrin Şengün. And Amin told me back in the Bahamas, even before camp started, KD said to the guys, hey, we need you young guys to be leaders. Don't just go looking to get me the ball. That's no way to play basketball. I'll let you know when I want it.
Yeah.
But you guys got to be aggressive. And that chemistry between Alpi and Amin, look out.
We've seen that on full display in the early goings of the season here. And then the Spurs, they have lost two straight. They've been subpar performances from Victor Wembanyama, at least by his standards. But tonight, he's facing one of his childhood idols in Kevin Durant. What have you heard about how he's thinking about this?
Well, look, I think he's probably thinking a lot more about what type of defense he's going to see, and also about dealing with Alpi Şengün on the other end. Alpi has given Wemby the business before.
The business.
On the NBA floor. So, he had a 46-point performance against him a couple years ago. That's not the kind of thing that Wemby forgets. But again, Wemby's in a little tough spot himself. They've hit a speed bump. Seeing that aggressive double-teaming type of defense, the physical defense, he's focused more on figuring out from a mental standpoint. Mitch Johnson and the coaches are encouraging him to be more physical, fight for early position, lower your shoulder, create contact, be aggressive.
Right, just because it's KD on the other side, that fundamental, that can't change for Victor Wembanyama. Thank you, Tim. See you in just a little bit. Let's see how Wemby has dealt with those double teams that Tim just mentioned. I got a double team over here. Richard Jefferson.
Oh, sorry, you guys couldn't see me behind
Perkins. Come on now, my man has come into the season. Great. Trim here, Rich. Y'all, McMahon just talked about this, the double teams that Victor Wembanyama is facing. But check this out. The Rockets, the team that has double teamed the least this season when looking at opponents, right? So taking a look at this, Perk, Wemby has struggled there. Why is that?
Well, because one, he's averaging 25 points a game, and the motto is going to be, and Richard didn't heard this in the locker room, you're not going to be to someone else is. And so this area right here, he's being guarded by Jordan Goodwin. And look, the double team come, and then look right here, Marcus Smart, look at him doing this work early. The worst thing for a big is having a guard getting to their legs. That's a pet peeve for a big. Now look, you already see Jackson Hayes is already over there, right? The trap is starting to come. So now he kicks it out, they repost, now the traps happen, and all of a sudden Marcus Smart, one of the high IQ guys defensively, baits Wemby into a foul. I hate this area for a post player. So now they're going to have to make an adjustment, put him at the free throw line so that he can't be doubled.
But that's typically not what the Houston Rockets do. They don't double a whole lot of guys right now. And let's just talk about how the Rockets have gotten it done offensively, though, because they're one of the best teams in the NBA right now. They're bigs. They've led them best rebounding percentage, the second most points per game. They also lead the league in three-point percentage at 43%. So, Richard, how does it look to you?
Well, to me, when you look at the depth that their team have, they do it with their defense. Their defense leads the offense. They are elite defensively. You talked about not doubling teaming many times. Do you know who does it? The Boston Celtics. You know who used to coach the Boston Celtics? Ime Udoka. So he has a high level of accountability. Then you have Perrin Şengün. He is one of the best passers in the game. They talk about Thompson not being able to shoot, but think about Jokic and Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon has improved, but you can put him on the dunker spot. Then you have a playmaker in the middle. But when you got weapons to the side of that, it becomes a problem on the offensive end.
And that's what we're seeing start to click here for the Houston Rockets. There's a lot to look forward to with these two teams, and it is an NBA Cup game. But since we were talking, gentlemen, about the San Antonio Spurs, we have some breaking news to get to right here on NBA Today. Let's welcome in our senior writer, Shams Charania. Shams, what do you have for us out of San Antonio?
Malika, sources tell me Spurs star guard De'Aaron Fox will make his season debut on Saturday night at home against the New Orleans Pelicans. And he's gone through his final workouts in preparation after rehabbing an offseason hamstring injury. But today's his ramp-up day for that Saturday debut. And Fox is the first of some returns here for the Spurs. Rookie guard Dylan Harper, as well as center Luke Cornett, are working their way back as well. So reinforcement and depth here will be on full display for the Spurs pretty soon. But even more critically now, potentially a long runway with Victor Wembanyama and Fox. Small sample size for them last season, only 5 games together, a total of 120 minutes. So seeing how Fox can carry that offensive burden with Wemby, because only 2 players in each of the last seasons have averaged 20 points, 5 assists, and at least 1 steal per game. Luka Doncic and De'Aaron Fox.
And now De'Aaron Fox joining on his way here to join Victor Wembanyama for the first time this season. Shams, thank you so much. It's not that often, right, that you get to acquire an all-NBA guard in November. So how will things change with De'Aaron back? That sounds like a question for Bobby Marks.
Well, I think when you look at it, Malika, and Richard did the game on Wednesday night against the Lakers here, when you have no De'Aaron Fox, it puts a lot of pressure on Stefan Castle here. So when you put Fox back in the lineup here, take Julian Champagnie out, that certainly solidifies your starting 5 here, and it adds to your depth. Dylan Harper right now out with that injury. There are only 5 games, as Sham said, played together, and here's a couple plays that we're going to show. This is from the Wizards game last year. Make Victor a passer here. It's simple, give and go here. Remember, no Chris Paul, though. Right there, give and go, simple play here. The second play is, look how much attention is drawn to De'Aaron Fox here. And this is what's going to help Victor out from a spacing standpoint here. Right up top, 3 guys are coming to him. That opens it up for Victor. ISO one-on-one, probably an offensive foul there, but a simple layup there. That's what we didn't see in that Laker game on Wednesday night. 2 simple plays that De'Aaron Fox is certainly going to help with when he comes back.
Bobby's breakdown, I love it. He mentioned it, Rich. You were on the call for that game. How do you see Fox helping out, alleviating some of these issues that we've seen early for Wemby?
Well, you're adding an all-NBA guard. You can add De'Aaron Fox to any team on this league. It's going to make him better. They're just getting him, and obviously because of injuries last season, they didn't get an opportunity to play together. Think about pace downhill. So pace downhill, he's one of the fastest guards in the league. The defense flattens out. Now you throw it back to Wemby. Now he's got people closing at him. He's got shot selection.
Yeah.
If you look at in the slips and pick and rolls and post-up spaces, De'Aaron Fox is going to kill you if you don't give him multiple players that type of attention.
But he is a score-first point guard, so that's going to be a little interesting next to Wemby, no?
Yeah, he scored first, but Wemby's right there.
Yeah, but so is Jalen Brunson, and we saw how well him and Karl Anthony Towns did last year in the pick and roll. But shout out to D Fox. That was the old veteran trick right there.
Which one?
You know what I mean? Don't come back for Amen Thompson and the Rockets. Come back for the Pelicans.
I ain't say it.
I'm just saying, we all done it. I done it, right? I ain't coming back for Shaq, but I'll come back for you. But here's the thing. I'm looking at, yes, De'Aaron Fox is a scorer, but I'm looking at when you talking about an all-NBA guard and an elite talent, one-of-one, a big man like Wemby, what comes to my mind? 2-man game. How that 2-man game is going to look, whether that's post cut, whether that's dribble handoff, whether that's pick and roll, pick and pop, because we know Wemby can shoot the 3. That's what I look at. But adding De'Aaron Fox is going to take so much pressure off of Wemby, and it's going to open up so many easy buckets.
Well, and look, there's a lot of pressure on Wemby now. The way defenses are selling out to stop him. And De'Aaron Fox is an experienced point guard, scorer, passer. He's all that. He is experienced. And the chess match that Wemby's struggling to figure out right now, he's going to help with that. He's going to help get them organized. He's going to help when, hey, you're putting 2 there. That's going to create advantages for him. And he's also going to take pressure off Stefan Castle, a rising young star, but not a pure point guard, leading the league in turnovers.
Right.
Now he can play his natural spot.
He's been good offensively this year, but yeah, turning the ball over 5-6 times a game.
Yeah, I don't want, if you're him, it's like somebody else going. He had Chris Paul and he had De'Aaron Fox last year. Now he doesn't have a true point guard on the team if you're talking about Castle. This is what I say. I believe De'Aaron Fox's first game, it was in Atlanta. Game winner. So De'Aaron Fox comes off left, Wemby slips out, he throws it to Wemby. That 2-man game is going to be so hard. They ran it the very first time to win the game against Atlanta. The first time these guys were on the court, they ran a 2-man game and got an open shot for Wemby, got fouled, ended up going shooting free throws.
Well, think about the easy looks for guys like Harrison Barnes when Dylan Harper get back. So you talk about the depth of the Spurs and the athleticism. Boy, they're going to be great because you got to worry about, too, in the open court, You got to worry about a 7'7" guy pushing the rock and getting downhill. And now you got to worry about De'Aaron Fox, who's one of the fastest guys in the NBA with the basketball.
The guy that's led the league in total blocks by far, 2 or more, is going to be blocking the ball to the fastest point guard possibly in the game. How is he going to help? Just off that number right there.
And he's going to be doing it for the very first time against the New Orleans Pelicans.
Ew.
Take that for what you want.
Hey, 2-game winning streak.
For the injury. Off the court, it's a great vibe. On the court, I mean, it's even better. It's a lot of space out there. We're able to build off each other, talking the whole game. You know, he's a veteran guard. He's been there before, done it before. So, I'm learning everything I can from him while out there trying to help him win. So, it's been good.
So our Michael Schwartz is a Suns fan, and he definitely researched this note for us. Green's 29 points are the second most in a Suns debut in franchise history, trailing only 37 points from Charles Barkley. He scored in 1992, and that one was also against the Clippers.
Yeah, look, Malik, I get it. The Suns won. Congratulations. They look good. But here's the thing, right? In the words of Don King, only in America do somebody like Lawrence Frank continues to get an opportunity and chance after chance after chance and continue to underdeliver and not leading this organization in the right direction. And here we are in a league where we watch this offseason, teams are getting more athletic, teams are getting younger. What did he go out and do? He went
Lawrence
got
Frank, the
Lawrence Frank,
president of the Clippers.
Yes, he goes out and he gets older, senior citizens. And on top of that, you have a guy who was knocking at the door last year of being an all-star, Norman Powell, who averaged 24 points. But he comes out this summer, Lawrence Frank, big old sales pitch on Bradley Beal. Oh, he could be one of the best elite defenders in the league. We got good, he's going to fit well in our offense. And he's been stinking it up. How many chances is this man going to continue to get to run an organization who, when they acquired Kawhi Leonard, was built on winning championships?
Bobby, remind us what the details of that trade were.
Yeah, it was a 3-team trade. Norm Powell went to Miami. Right. John Collins went to the Clippers.
Yep.
And Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson went to the Utah Jazz. And Norm Powell was in his last year's contract. And the big thing was the Clippers going to pay them? And obviously they weren't going to. And he gets shipped to Miami, and they get more size with John Collins. But that, through 9 or 10 games, has backfired on the Clippers right now, Richard.
Well, and that's what they were trying to say is like, hey, are we going to pay him all that money? Now, if I'm in Clipperland and I'm Powell, yes, you're going to pay me my money. I am a young kid. I am younger than all of your other stars. I'm going to be a future all-star when you look at Norman Powell. Yes, is he on the older side of his younger prime? But he has proven who he is. That's the scoring punch you needed when you were going to possibly miss time with Kawhi, when James Harden is a little bit older and more of a playmaker at this point. So to switch those two, John Collins, and then obviously with the idea that they were going to get Bradley Beal, I'm sorry, if you got the richest owner, and there's obviously some things going on about how money is used in that organization, all I'm going to say is I'm not looking for a team-friendly deal. Pay me my money. So if that was their excuse, money, that's not about championship play.
I will say this, looking at this Clipper team through the first 2 weeks, it reminds me of a lot of the 2013 Brooklyn Nets team that I was part of, who on paper, going into the offseason, everybody predicted them to go far. And then when you start playing basketball, you look old and slow. And the one thing that the Clippers had last year was a defensive identity, ranking number 3 in defensive identity. Right now, I think they're 26.
And that was the biggest question that I asked when they went out and got all these old guys, when they re-signed James Harden, when they got Chris Paul. I said, who are going to be the elite defenders at the wing position? Yes, you have the guys done, but when you bring in this much personnel, somebody has to take a back seat, and obviously it's been him. And so, again, this is not Lawrence Frank, has the Clippers been relevant in getting regular season wins? Absolutely. But you don't go out and put up this whole campaign and what everybody was doing to get Kawhi Leonard just to win regular season
games. Are you
games.
pointing a baby hair brush at me?
Yeah, I was laying my baby hairs.
I think that health is a big piece of this, right, for the Clippers. They've been without Kawhi Leonard. He's been dealing with an ankle injury for the last couple of games, and it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to give it a go this weekend. Because at first you thought, okay, maybe he just needed a little time. LeBron James, a step closer to making his season debut. Remember, he's been that's a nerve condition that can affect your back, your glutes, your legs. He's not been traveling with the team since his diagnosis while he recovers. And Shams reported on Wednesday that he's not going to go on the Lakers' 5-game upcoming road trip. But what is the latest that you're hearing here, Shams, on his recovery and his progress?
LeBron James has been fully cleared for full contact basketball activities, and the Lakers will be reevaluating him in about 1 to 2 weeks. So, like you just mentioned, Malika, he won't be traveling on the Lakers' 5-game, week-long road trip that starts in Atlanta this weekend. But this now sets the stage for him to progress to 5-on-5 live action, potentially as soon as next week, maybe with the G League South Bay team. He has been doing individual work. I'm told even some one-on-one action recently. But the next step for him is to do 5-on-5. It could come next week or when the Lakers come back from their road trip on November 16th. Then maybe you see him get in with the main team. But the Lakers and LeBron James are still operating that he will be making his season debut at some point here in November, around mid-month. But listen, we're in uncharted territory with a player that's about to turn 41 next month and in year 23.
Oh, yeah. 1 to 2 weeks is what you had posted on social media for a reevaluation. So we are inching closer to seeing LeBron James make that historic debut this season. Shams, thank you so very much. I want to bring it inside our Los Angeles studio here with Bobby Marks and Kendrick Perkins. Perk, we're here and we're one step closer to seeing LeBron after what we saw last night.
I bet we are. I want to come back, too. After watching the Lakers look like eye candy, yeah, he want to come back. After watching Luka playing the way that he's playing at an MVP level, Austin, Reeves doing his thing, playing at an all-NBA level, when LeBron gets back, it's just going to elevate the Lakers even more. Now, I believe he's going to take a lesser role, right? I believe he's going to become the third option on the team behind the best duo in the league, and Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. That's what I do believe.
I don't know about that.
And that's okay. I mean, look, we could debate this another day. Here's why I'm saying this. LeBron James could impact the game in so many areas. Do I think he needs to be the primary ball handler? Absolutely not. But we could see LeBron James at the forward position being a screener, being a roller, right? And being a guy that could play off the ball, a spot-up three-point shooter. His percentages have been up through the roof his last 2 years. So when I say a lesser role, I'm just saying not dominating the ball as we grown accustomed of watching LeBron dominate the ball, because he got two guys that he trusts, Luka and Austin Reeves.
I think what's it going to do to the starting lineup? I think that's going to be the biggest question here. You're probably going to see Marcus Smart likely come off the bench now, who's now been starting. You put LeBron next to Rudy Gobert. It's basically the same lineup we saw last year. Now you just take Jackson Hayes out and put DeAndre Ayton here. But here's the deal, Perk. If you can acquire a player in November and give up nothing, who's averaged 24, 8, and 8 last year, you could do it, and he will fit in seamlessly here. I think the best thing, Malik, also is that they've had 7 different starting lineups to start this year in 9 games. It's almost a blessing in disguise that he's been out, because it has given J.J. Redick a lot of optionality to kind of mix and match as far as with his roster.
You know what else is giving J.J. Redick an opportunity to do? Develop something that the Lakers hadn't had in 5 or 6 years, an identity and culture. And now Bron is sitting back and saying, man, you know what? We actually got something. We actually got these guys playing. JJ actually have these guys playing at an elite level. So, again, add those 24 points, add those 7.5 to 8 rebounds, that's going to always be there. It might be a dip in an assist because he's going to be more of the receiver.
Coming in at number 3, this is Matas Buzelis.
Buzelis, that's my guy. That's my new favorite young player.
So Josh Giddey, who had a huge game, finds Buzelis for the two-handed slam.
You see the lane, he's dunking everything.
He go at people like he mad at them. Like, he look at it, he disgusted.
Well, he's from the area, too, so he gets to show out at home. How cool is that? Hey, coming in at number 2, let's check in on Ace Bailey. Kyle Anderson inbounds it to Ace Bailey for the jam.
I haven't seen a lot of those. You got to be real sleep on that backside.
Also, the courts are a little distracting, to be fair. There's nothing right there. That was impressive by Bailey.
We ran in high school.
Yeah, that's
all right, at number 1, we're going to give Kawhi some love. This is Pelicans-Clippers. Final seconds, Kawhi Leonard with a buzzer beater to win it.
Bucket. Bucket.
Impressive shot there by Leonard.
Kawhi, you cold man, Kawhi.
We hope he gets back here soon because these are the highlights we love to watch. Now, the NBA Cup, it resumes tonight. 11 games on the schedule. So let's start with a little full court press here as we get some news in from around the association. Let's start with the Mavericks, who are facing the Grizzlies tonight. But Tim, it sounds like Dallas may be getting some reinforcements here. What you got?
Well, the hope is that Anthony Davis will make his return Saturday against the Wizards. Okay. He's been upgraded to doubtful for tonight in Memphis. Now, he's missed a little bit more than a week with that right calf strain. There is some concern internally about rushing back. Remember, he rushed back for his debut in Dallas, played 2 spectacular quarters, and then sat out 6 weeks after aggravating the adductor injury.
Okay, so some optimism that Anthony Davis could come back, but maybe conversations still happening within the organization. Tim, thank you so very much. Since it's the NBA Cup night, let's take a look at some more news from around the league with our reporters. We're going to welcome in our Jamal Collier, who tonight is covering the Milwaukee Bucks game. Jamal, what are you watching in this one?
Well, the Bulls have been off to such a fast start, Malika. And Miles Muzelas told me this morning that it's not magic. It's something that they've been building and working toward since the start of last year's training camp. When they committed to playing faster, playing more unselfish, built on ball movement. Had to make personnel changes, right? Getting Josh Giddey in, getting players who fit that style. But the biggest thing for this Bulls team, as Billy Donovan said, is last year we started racing up and down the floor and playing with pace. But this year it's been about physicality, being more, not shying away from contact. And you've seen the players just get a lot more comfortable in that style. They really are playing to an identity, and it's led to this really fast start for this Bulls team tonight.
It's been certainly fun to watch them, Jamal. Thank you. I want to welcome in our Young Masuk now, who's in Orlando for this game. Let's check in on the Magic here. 3-5 is not necessarily the start that they were hoping for when they acquired Desmond Bane this summer. What are they saying about this start to the season?
Malika, Orlando went all in this summer on Desmond Bane, if you remember, giving up 4 unprotected first-round picks and a pick swap, not to mention Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Cole Anthony for Desmond Bane, and he is shooting under 30% from 3. They are off to a slow start, but Bane said he told Jeff Weltman, hey, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we get off to a little bit of a rocky start. And the reason why is everybody is trying to learn a little bit of a new way to play here in Orlando. Obviously, defense is their identity, but they're also trying to run and play off tempo, which they are doing so far to start the season. But Jamal Mosley wants them to run off of stops so that they can take advantage of their great defense. And sometimes they've lost that identity of defense. They've forgotten about that and try to run. Paolo, Desmond Bane, Franz are also trying to learn each other. And remember, last season, Paolo and Franz and Jalen Suggs only played a total of 97 minutes in 6 games due to injuries. They're all trying to mesh together here early in the season, and so far it's off to a slow start. But Desmond Bane is not worried about his shot. He knows it's going to come soon. And
in the East, maybe they have a little bit more time to figure those things out. Thank you. Finally, I want to check in with Anthony Slater. And Slater, you cover the Golden State Warriors for us primarily, but right now you are in Sacramento, where the Kings are taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you saw something from the Thunder that may intrigue us. What's going on?
Yeah, Jalen Williams is behind me right now, wrapping up a decent intensity workout, I'd say, and that's notable because about a week ago, the Thunder announced he had a screw removed from his wrist that obviously he's coming back from, and he's still, announced out for at least about another week. But it's notable that he's out here, he's working out with pretty good intensity.
Full intensity workout or nearing that for Jalen Williams. Certainly, the Thunder have been rolling without him, and they'll be that much more potent when they get J-Dub back into the lineup. All right, let's talk about the Golden State Warriors here, because tonight, Golden State, they missed Steph Curry, they missed Jimmy Butler, they missed Draymond Green in their loss where you're standing right now to the Kings on Wednesday. Tonight they face the Denver Nuggets, but with who? Who's in, who's out?
Yeah, Steph Curry's out. He stayed back in the Bay Area. He's been really sick. This will be a second straight missed game for him. But Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green did make the trip, and the fact that they got on the plane, I think, is notable because that shows an intent to play. Jimmy Butler questionable. He's trying to loosen his back up, which he injured in the Pacers loss recently. And then Draymond Green's probable. It's clear, like I said, him being on the trip shows those two are trying to play, but there is a late addition to the injury report. Al Horford is questionable with foot soreness.
Okay, Al Horford, a late addition now to this injury report that is already already piling up here for the Golden State Warriors, who will be without Steph Curry for this game against the Denver Nuggets. Slater, thank you. We always appreciate the time. The Warriors, they have been significantly better, I mean, of course, when Steph plays than when he doesn't over the last 6 seasons, as you can see here. So the Warriors, they have a tall task tonight without Steph. They're 1-4 on the road already. Richard, how concerning is this going into their 10th game of the season?
I am not concerned about the Warriors now. I am concerned about if they end up in that 6, 7, 8 spot.
Sure.
If they have a good seed and they are healthy, they can make a serious run. If they put themselves in that tough spot of that 6, 7, 8, and you're going against Denver, you're going against OKC, I know they're confident and they got champions and they believe they can do it. But that's what I worry about now when I see them missing games and guys kind of sliding down. If they're in that spot, that's going to be difficult.
Well, I mean, we didn't expect Jimmy, Steph, and Draymond, and even Al Horford to play 82 games. I don't even expect them to play close to 70 games, right? But this is now where the stage is set for the young guys, and whether if they ready to dance or not. So I'm looking at a Jonathan Kuminga who's having a career year right now, 17.7 rebounds. Moses Moody, he's been playing exceptionally well. You have Pajemski. Like, now is those times where not only do you show it shows up for us your individual numbers, but those numbers got to have results into win.
Well, on the other side, the game that the Nuggets and the Warriors played to start the season, we were on that broadcast.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was awesome. That overtime game, it was absolutely electric. That's when Aaron Gordon had 51 points. They have been quietly dominating the season. It's behind Nikola Jokic, who's averaging a 24, 13, and 12 triple-double for the season. Is that the most impressive part for the Nuggets in this 5-2 start? Well, what are you looking at here, Tim?
I mean, Joker's always the most impressive part about the Nuggets, but he's playing the exact kind of basketball he wants to play. He doesn't want to have to average 30-plus points per game, right? He wants to facilitate. He wants to spread the ball around. He's trusting his teammates. He believes in his teammates. Field goal attempts down, assists up to a league-leading level. I talked to J.J. Barea, new Nuggets assistant coach. He said Joker's the best passer he's ever seen. Mi amigo Jose Juan played with Jason Kidd, played with Luka Doncic. So forget the best passing big man in NBA history. Best passer in the league, bar none right now.
Oh, he's definitely the best passer in the league. I'll push back a little bit on J. Kidd. I'll push back on a little bit. Sorry, big fella. But when I watch Jokic play and all of the things he can do, that's what makes it so difficult. But when their defense is both at an elite level, but then he has more talent. He has more talent around him, so he doesn't have to do more. I think Jamal Murray, while his numbers aren't like through the roof,
but he's had a better start to the season.
He's had a much better start to the season, and he said that he wanted to come in. He worked out, and mind you, he was coming off ACL. He missed multiple years. There were so many things that kind of affected his first few years. So for him to come out and say, I want to have an elite start to the season, and he's doing it, that's one of the things that opens it up for Jokic.
Aaron Gordon been balling. On top of that,
bear down.
Their depth, right? Like, their depth. What they added, going back and get Bruce Brown, Valanciunas has been playing exceptionally well in his backup minutes. And then Tim Hardaway Jr., who don't get a lot of credit, and he's been coming in providing that space. And so, again, we're not worried about the Nuggets. They're going to continue to fly under the radar, win games, and we're going to look up in March, for early April, and they're going to be a top 4 seed.
Those are the teams that, when we talked about Golden State, how worried are we? I'm worried if Golden State has to play against them in the first round.
Sure.
I'm worried if Golden State has to play against OKC in the first round. If they're not, I'm less worried.
Worry about if they got to play Houston.
They're still having to figure out the non-Jokic minute Rubik's Cube a little bit. That's still the thing that's caught.
Got into Portland at 2 o'clock. The fact that they went in there and competed at that level and that depth is crazy. And SGA, Finals MVP, usage rate last year. He haven't missed a single game.
We do have a rule, though, on this show. We do like to get to the winners. And the Portland Trailblazers, they deserve some credit for the early goings of the season, Bob.
They do. You know, they were a little bit criticized going out and getting Drew Holiday, especially a team that a lot of us probably weren't projected to compete for a play-in or for a playoff spot. But when you look at what Holiday's been able to do, and Shaedon Sharpe and Tumani Kamara, and they've now Donovan Clingan at center replacing DeAndre Ayton. It's a good story early on in the year, and they compete. They compete their tails off, and we saw that last night coming back from that 20-plus deficit.
The Trailblazers and Oklahoma City Thunder, one of 11 games on the slate last night, so let's catch you up on the action. First up, I feel like Robin has a good one of these. Detroit basketball. How'd I do?
I'm so old.
Cade Cunningham, 31 points, 10 assists. Jalen Duren, though, feeling 22 points, 22 rebounds in the Pistons win over the Jazz. So, Perk, how much you love watching this duo?
I love it. I mean, one of the best duos in the game. Cade Cunningham is a top 10 player, and Jalen Duren has emerged. He is one of the best bigs in the game. I call him a throwback big because he loved that glass and he loved hanging around that paint, finishing them with authority.
Hence the throwback chant for Detroit basketball. All right, now to Denver. That's where Nikola Jokic messed around and got his 5th triple-double of the season in the Nuggets win over the Heat. Robin, what was it like playing against the Joker?
I had some flashbacks last night. PTSD, let me tell you. I mean, he's so difficult because if you throw a small ball center out there, he's going to take you into the post. And what he do with a guy like me, take me to the elbow, take me to the three-point line, and all of a sudden, I'm guarding pick and roll, but I'm the guy being screened. I don't have any experience with that. Sometimes Yanni maybe, but otherwise, I'm throwing my hands up. I don't know what to do.
We won't make you relive this any further. We'll move on to Cleveland. We'll throw back again. Cleveland, this is for you. Donovan Mitchell on his scoring outburst last night. Whoever that is, let us know, because Donovan Mitchell was clearly fired up. He dropped a season-high 46 points. Darius Garland added 8 in his season debut with the Cavs. Bobby, have you ever been motivated like that by a fan?
Oh, social media at its best. I feel like Donovan Mitchell there, what he was talking about as far as, but I couldn't go out and drop 45-plus there. 64. Last 2 games, 64%, 53% from the field. Welcome back, Darius Garland and Jared Allen.
It's good to see them whole, but this is a team that is measured in the postseason, as we know. All right, now to Sacramento. That's where Russell Westbrook made a bold proclamation. Check it out.
Humbly speaking.